What is going on, buddy? Welcome back to All Things Film. Today I'm here to talk about The Walking Dead Season 9 and something that the showrunner Angela Kang said about the letter A when it comes to The Walking Dead. Because in The Walking Dead, the letter A has been pretty, frequent, and it keeps coming up, every couple of seasons. I mean, we saw it in Terminus. And then we saw it a lot in Terminus, and then we saw it again in season 7 when Daryl was wearing that sweater when he was held captive in the sanctuary. The letter A was on it. When Jadis captured Rick, she wrote the letter A on the container he was in. When she captured Negan, we saw the helicopter with the letter A on it. And then again in the season 9 trailer, we saw the helicopter with the letter A on it, and then also like a biohazard sign. So that helicopter and the A is gonna be really important. I don't know if Terminus and the Daryl sweater is going to be related as well. I don't think so. But I do believe that Rick, Negan, and the helicopter all have to do something with Jadis as a character. So before I begin talking about what I believe the letter A is going to mean and all that, let's talk about exactly what Angela Kang says. So she said that Jadis has a new hairdo and clothing, but it looks like she might be up to her old tricks with the walkie and the helicopter. Or is she? And speaking of the helicopter, you might also notice the 3-ring symbol that appeared on various items on the heaps before, and the A we've seen crop periodically. Yes, there is a meaning to both things. No, I won't spoil it right now. So yeah, if you remember back in season 8 when Jadis opened up that box and there was like a bunch of canned foods in there, and then on the canned food it was the exact same symbol that was on the helicopter. So what I'm thinking here is that whoever owns this helicopter, whatever group that comes from this helicopter, they're giving Jadis food in exchange of people. And the reason I say people is because if you remember the season 7 finale when Jadis turned on Rick, Jadis and Negan were talking because they made a deal for Jadis to help Negan instead of Rick, and Jadis said 10 people. That's the deal, right? But she didn't say it like that. She said it in her own made-up language. But yeah, she said that 10 people, that's the deal, right? And then Negan said people are a resource, and he was trying to lower the number. So it looked like Negan was selling people to Jadis in order for her to turn on Rick, and that is very interesting and very creepy. And something that wasn't talked a lot about in season 8, which is, I think they might be telling a story, but very slowly, a story with Jadis. Because there's a reason that they kept Jadis around, no other scavenger, because obviously she's important. And I think she is selling people to these, or not, maybe not selling, but giving people to this group in exchange for food. Because even when she captured Rick in season 8, she put Rick in that container, and then she put the letter A on the container. So it looks like maybe she was saying that Rick is for those people up there, like whenever they come by, this person is for them. That's what I'm thinking is happening here. And then also when she captured Negan, the helicopter was on its way to this junkyard, and then they saw Negan and turned around and left. I don't know what was that about. That was super weird. But it looks like maybe Jadis trying to give Negan and Rick, and maybe getting some people from Negan and giving it to these helicopter people because she has to deal with them. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know why she would be selling people in exchange for food, because I know a lot on this channel we've been talking about who owns that helicopter, and a big one is Georgie, because Georgie seems very militarized, and then also the Commonwealth could be involved. And I think because Georgie, the helicopter group, and the Commonwealth, I feel like they could all be connected ultimately, because I feel like it'll be weird if they have 3 different groups. We have Georgie, the helicopter group, and then the Whispers are coming, and then the Commonwealth. I feel like there's way too many groups to deal with right now. So I feel like Georgie, the Commonwealth, and the helicopter group are all one group, but they're gonna be explored later on in The Walking Dead, season 10 or 11. I feel like we're gonna get little hints of them in season 9. That's what I'm thinking. I could be wrong though, but I just feel like, we know the Commonwealth in the comics are very militarized and doing pretty good in the apocalypse, so they could obviously have a helicopter. And then Georgie seems very, she seems like she's well dressed. She seems like she's doing well in the apocalypse as well. So she could definitely be connected to the Commonwealth as well. And then obviously she looks exactly like Pamela Milton from the Commonwealth. So, what I'm thinking here, ultimately, I believe that Jadis is selling people to these helicopter people in exchange for food, because she is putting on a fake persona. Remember, guys, like, remember and see, like, she went inside of that room, that little container, and like it was very clean in there, and you know, she had a box, like she had a bed and a cabinet, like it was a very clean place in there. So she's not really a trash yard person. I feel like she put on this fake persona just to hide like who she truly is. And then also Angela King mentioned that, you know, she's going back to her old trick. So maybe because at the end of season 8, it looked like she was like back to the good side. She had a good conversation with Morgan, and then in the season 9 trailer, it looks like she's hanging out with the group. So maybe she is on the right track, and then this group comes back to her. Maybe she owes this group something. Maybe something happens and she goes back to helping, you know, this group, or something happens. Maybe she turns on Rick again. I don't know. But let's talk about the biohazard sign too, because you know, this could be in relation to how Maggie and Rick depart, maybe, because both those characters are leaving. We don't know if it's gonna be we know Maggie is gonna be open-ended, but we don't know if Rick is gonna be open-ended or dead. A lot of people are hoping for open-ended, including myself, because we don't want to see Rick die. But I think maybe the biohazard could have a huge part in the you know, departure of Rick and Maggie, because the biohazard, you know, people who own a helicopter in the apocalypse are probably doing good. You know, they probably have a good medical service at whatever community they come from. So maybe there's a huge injury and Jadis calls his group to come help. I could definitely see that, because Jadis has connection with this group. Maybe she makes a deal with this group and says, you know, please come help my friend and I'll repay you somehow or something. That's what I'm thinking here. Now I'm trying to think like why this group would want people. Like, if it is a very militarized group, why in the hell would they want people? Maybe, you know, because if you're selling people for food, there's no good services coming out of that. Like, they probably want these people for bad things, you know? If people are getting sent off to this group, you know, out of their will, there's probably nothing good coming out of this group. So maybe they're not even the Commonwealth. Maybe they're another group of cannibals. Like, that'd be fucking crazy if there's another group of cannibals out there. But that would make sense why they would exchange, you know, well, actually not really, because Jadis they're giving Jadis food in exchange for food, so that really, really makes sense. But I don't know, man. I know cannibals, you know, they're probably lazy and want someone else to do their job for them. So it would make sense why Jadis would want to give, you know, give these group people in exchange for food. But I don't think it's going to be cannibals. That's a bit dumb. Just because you know, having another cannibal group is pointless, because we got the Whisperers, we got the Commonwealth, we got Georgie. Adding in a cannibal group would be like completely pointless. So I might be totally wrong, but that's what I'm thinking. Just the fact that, you know, Angela King said this group is going to have the A, you know, the letter A is going to be significant in season 9, leads me to believe that, you know, maybe, you know, everything has been adding up from season 8 onward. It's gonna have a big relation to this helicopter and Georgie and Jadis. So in the comments down below, you leave your thoughts and opinions on what you think this helicopter is about, what you think, you know, why you think the A is important, what you think the A means. All your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below, and hope you guys did enjoy the video, and thank you guys for all the support on these videos, and I hope you guys did enjoy. And for more Walking Dead videos, be sure to hit the subscribe button. It's been All Things Film, and until next time, peace.